G'day folks. Well, I hope yous are all well. I've been busy. Now this is where the battery used to be. I've relocated it, so a reasonable job too. Goodness me, I reckon I spent a genuine 2 days on it, fiddling around. But look how good that looks from the alternator. Used to have a big earth strap that come through onto the battery. God, it's cleaned it up. It looks fantastic. It just looks really uncluttered. Well, starting to look uncluttered. Yeah, God, I'm happy with it. I'll eventually move the little control panel there with the relays and fuses on it. I'll mount that off the battery box, but for now that can stay there. But I'll show you where I've mounted it. I've put him in behind the passenger side. On the left side of the car, I've moved out the back seat and I've got him mounted there. Don't laugh guys, but I had to think out of the square on this one. That's my motto. I never think in the square, always thinking out of the box. And I came across a little esky that I had when I bought a leaf blower a couple of years ago that came as a bonus. So this little exercise has really cost me nothing. So look, I know you've got to spend money where it matters, but sometimes you can save, and this is one instance where I have saved a few bucks. I haven't quite finished it. I've got to make a strap for the top of the box to secure the lid, but this just gives you a little idea of what I've done. The battery's actually mounted separately from the box, so the box is just there as a cover, really. It's not a structural part of it. The actual box is quite solid, but the battery is mounted with threaded rod through the floor, and there's a nice big flat piece of 50 by 50 angle at the bottom of the battery, and then I found a bit of square aluminum tube, and there's a nut in under the tube so I don't over clamp the battery. And yeah, I'm actually going to do a little bit of modification here. I don't like the tape. I think that's just a little bit of a rough finish. I'm going to actually put a nice strip of rubber across this side so I don't, if the battery ever decides to move or if anything happens, I don't get a short. And I'll get rid of that tape. But for now, that's how it is. Really happy with it, guys. I'm very stoked. I probably don't sound overexcited, but I am really excited about it. I'm very pleased actually. And I've gone and put a kill switch in between the front seats. A bracket there for the console that would have been in the car. I've mounted it in there. It's on the earth side, so there's no risk of shorts. And yeah, I've got it going through the floor, earth and positive. I've got a continuous lead of positive that runs up through the chassis that I've threaded through. That was a challenging little job too, to get it up in there. And so the actual chassis just in under here, a subframe, and I've got it going through that through to the starter motor. And then the earth side, I've got it running through to the gearbox up underneath. So I've got plenty of earth or ground and works really well. I've tested it a few times and it's been fantastic. I love it. So as far as weight saving goes, the back seat was 18 kilograms. I'd be guessing, well, the battery was 15. Now with the battery combined with the extra cable, the box and other bits and pieces, there's basically no weight difference. If the so basically that'd be the back seat weight. And what I've gone and done is pulled a good genuine 15 kilograms out of the front of the car. So that's a real bonus there. So with the coupled with the aluminium heads, around 20-ish kilo, I think about 21. plus the battery. That's just a reasonable amount I've pulled out of the front of the car. I'm starting to get it where I want it. It's not a lightweight car, but I want to be able to move the weight around the car and have it balanced, you know, a bit more weight over the back and take it off the front where I can. So I'm really happy. I'll show you my brakes. My drums finally turned up, new little drums, and I've drilled the holes, 1/4 inch holes right round, spaced them out nice, and I've got 1/2 inch in the backing plate here. I've got 3 1/2 inch holes in the backing plate too, just to encourage a little bit of airflow in there as well. So we'll see how that goes. I've got the really good shoes in there. Apparently they're race spec shoes from Race Brakes, and we'll see how they go. That'll be a good test for them. I've got a little club day in a couple of weeks, so yeah, it'll be great. I'll give you plenty of feedback on the shocks, the brakes, and how she feels in the front. I know when I put the alloy heads on that I really noticed it for understeer. Like, I haven't struck any understeer since I've had them alloy heads on there. So, and I have pushed hard into some of the corners. So I reckon pulling another 15 odd kilo out of the front is really going to improve it. So I'm excited, I really am. Alright guys, well that's just a little update for now. I'll catch you later.